Well, okay, let us speak today about Advaita Vedanta. And it's a really famous tradition right now in the West. And I think that it's one of the most misunderstood traditions because it's look like easy stuff, but it is not. It's look like it's very easy to say, okay, you are not physical body, you are not your thoughts and emotions, and even more than this, you are not personality. You are absolute consciousness, and you was, is, and will be this or that.
And you don't have to meditate.
And you don't have to meditate because the paradox is that who is meditating? They say, okay, the ego is meditating, but ego can't achieve enlightenment. Okay, but you as absolute consciousness, you can't meditate because you're already in a state of enlightenment. And it's look like huge gap. Ego wish meditation and enlightenment, but it can't be enlightened because it's always separate. And your true, absolute, pure reality is from the very beginning is enlightened. And it doesn't need to practice anything. Just realize that and stay in that blah blah nice stuff. But the huge question is that if you know something intellectually, it doesn't mean that this is your actual experience. You may say, I'm absolute consciousness. But the next moment you go outside of satsang hall and meet with your, okay, if you man, like you meet your wife. You male, she is female. Okay, you have to buy food, but let us say, for example, you don't have enough money to buy food, whatever, or all that political situations, all that, and they just look around and you say, well, wait a moment, it was very nice satsang and I really experienced for a while that I'm absolute conscious, but now I feel that I'm man or male or female, okay, I'm belong to this culture, I'm a Christian, I'm a Jewish, I'm a Muslim, okay, I'm a new age guy, I'm outside of all that traditions, but that all the game of personality. And then you read Nisargadatta Maharaj, you read Ramana Maharshi, you read Muji. Then you visit, okay, Muji satsang, then Madhukar satsang, oh, enjoy, like, okay, this glimpse of something. But then intellectual game is intellectual game. In actual experience, that is the question. And if you go and ask all that satsang gurus, where is my actual experience? They will laugh because they explain to you that's your ego is asking this question. Because you as absolute consciousness is already perfect. And that's again next level of fantasy. Next level of intellectual game. Because the main question is actual experience. Well, I have ancient scriptures, Adi Shankaracharya, Avadutta Gita, Ashtavakra Samhita, all the ancient scriptures. They're perfect, wonderful. I may keep on repeating all that messages from the scriptures, but the question is, what about actual experience? Is it real? Is it okay? Is it your reality in this moment that you are absolute consciousness? Even though you continue to stay in this physical body, you may, walk down the street, you may just go to your office, and we know that Lahiri Baba, the greatest guru, Kriya Yoga guru of 19th century. He was family person, 5 children. You know, he was working as an accountant for the British Army. But at the same time, he was in absolute consciousness. It means you don't need to go to Himalayas and stay in the cave in a complete, like, samadhi experience for ages. No, you can just go to the office like Lahiri Baba and stay in this absolute consciousness. But the question is it your actual experience? This is the point. That is the clarity of Kriya Yoga and fantasy of some neo-traditions. Because philosophy can be right. I mean, you're not physical body, you're not your thoughts and emotions, even you're not personality, you're absolute consciousness. But what about your reality as experience? That's the reason why Buddha Shakyamuni, till the age of something 28, 29, he was staying in the palace with his wife, you know, girls, golden plates, you know, 3 palaces, winter time, summertime, rain season palace. Then in the age of 28, 29, something happened. And he started his quest for truth. But, we know some details about Buddha's life, and we're not sure about some other details. I mean, he started his spiritual journey, it was the age of 28, 29, and then we're not sure exactly how many years he was practicing in a forest, in different ashrams. Maybe 8 years, maybe 10 years. We don't know how many gurus he met. Somebody telling like 6 gurus, 8 gurus, again, doesn't matter. But he was practicing, visiting different ashrams, different gurus. He was practicing meditation. Then actual experience happened in Buddha's consciousness. It was actual experience, not intellectual New Age fantasy. New Age people, they say Ramana Maharshi is our source. Come on, guys, go and read his biography, and you will know that when Ramana Maharshi was just young lad, just young person, he came to Arunachala mountain, better to say to Tiruvannamalai town, and he spent a few years intensively practicing meditation. And by the way, we know that that was a kind of Kriya Yoga meditation, because the main point of his meditation was to connect spiritual heart with the Sahasrara chakra, so it's a kind of Kriya Yoga meditation anyway. The first place where he spent time was some underground kind of cave in the main temple. The name of this Shiva temple is Arunachaleshwara. The huge Shiva temple, just underground, he spent there. Then he went to the Arunachala mountain, and there are 2 caves, very famous, now people just go there. Virupaksha cave and Skandashrama cave. He spent years there. He spent years practicing meditation. Then only he met first couple of disciples, then some more disciples, then somebody just gave to him piece of land, helped to build ashram. And then Ramana Maharshi started to speak, to preach, just give some darshans, give some upadesha, means instructions. But before that, it was huge sadhana. And not only when he was young he was practicing. That's interesting that Ramana Maharshi himself, he mentioned quite a number of times that in his past incarnations he was also practicing meditation and self-inquiry. So it means, surprise, surprise, even Ramana Maharshi was speaking about certain personality which is reincarnating and just go through that personal spiritual evolution. And it's not like we're practicing meditation this lifetime and okay, what can we get out of that? We're practicing for hundreds, sometimes for thousands of lives. And the same story we have about Buddha. Okay, we can speak about many different examples, including Nisargadatta Maharaj, who was sitting with his cigarette, family guy in Bombay city, smoking small cigarettes and speaking about absolute consciousness. But the point was that he was exactly in that state of absolute consciousness. And Nisargadatta Maharaj was also wonderful and a powerful example that you can be monk or you can be family person like Nisargadatta. You can smoking or not, who cares? No connection with your spirituality. I mean, I don't want to say that you have to drink wine, but we have a lot of Buddhist and tantric traditions, Hindu tantric, Buddhist tantric tradition, they even drink wine. So it means self-inquiry is much more subtle than even this. I'm not going to preach smoking and drinking. But I mean self-inquiry is more subtle than this sattvic stuff. And Nisargadatta Maharaj himself, he told to the people, to his visitors and disciples so many times, you can't practice because you're already that. And that's amazing. Amazing because that's divine trick. Because Nisargadatta Maharaj himself, he was practicing a lot. Meditation, japa. His guru was Siddhar Rameshwar Maharaj, who was a very bright personality and a guru from tantric tradition. And young Nisargadatta, he was initiated into bija mantras, some aspects of meditation means Kriya Yoga, because all meditations, especially tantric, they're kind of Kriya Yoga. Well, and Nisargadatta spent years traveling through the different pilgrimage centers in India. He visited different temples, mountains, practicing. Then something happened, and that's something we call enlightenment. I'm really afraid to use this word because, something happened in him. And he came back to his home city of Bombay, now we call it Mumbai. The rest of his life he was just couple of shops, family life, and preaching absolute reality. But the tricky thing is that something happened inside Nisargadatta, that he himself was practicing a lot before he really experienced that absolute consciousness. But when he became guru, he told to the people, you don't need to practice. Amazing. But he himself was practicing for years. How it's possible? That's difficult to say because that is divine plan. When you're in the beginning, you say, well, I have a goal to achieve enlightenment, truth, God. I have to practice this, many things. Then something happened. And some mystics on that top, they say, you don't need to practice because everything is perfect. But that's perfect in him. But it doesn't mean that each and every disciple is ready to actually be that absolute consciousness without meditation. So it means Advaita is philosophy, but to experience that Advaita, you have to practice meditation, japa, proper lucid dreams. And the proper lucid dreams also huge question. Okay, let us say, okay, meditation of any kind, of all kinds, practice. Without practice, no actual experience. No actual experience, then, okay, I mean, you can be a wonderful philosopher, even publish many books, even give wonderful lectures, but it is meaningless because actual experience is what is really important. And why, okay, this huge book I Am That by Nisargadatta Maharaj, why it is wonderful? Because that's out of his experience, he told all the things. But let us remember that before reach that level he was practicing a lot, like Ramana Maharshi, like Buddha Shakyamuni.